This is something Real Broker is actually known for. They've gotten award after award, year after year, for having the best. If you were at a brokerage, like a brick and mortar style brokerage, are you really going to be driving to go meet with your principal broker? It's doubtful. It's very, very doubtful. You can literally run your business from this app. I can pull up an app and see exactly, like I can say this so confidently because of all the agents I talk to and the things that I hear about their dinosaur brokerages becoming extinct, like lights turning off, brokerages going out of business. Is Real Broker good for new agents? This is a question I get asked all of the time, and I am going to really break this question down and go quite in depth on it. The very last 2 points that I'm going to share with you guys at the very end are 2 things that you absolutely must know if you are a brand new real estate agent, whether you ever join Real or not, no matter what brokerage you end up joining. There's a lot of good brokerages out there, guys. There's pros and cons to, so many different brokerages. I'm a little biased because I've had such a great experience at Real, so the bias is gonna come out. However, you're gonna want to stay tuned until the very end. You do not want to miss anything today. I have my cozy clothes on, my shoes are off. I have my piping hot decaf coffee with some heavy cream steamed with extra foam on top. So grab your beverage of choice, get cozy, set your phone down, and just listen if you prefer, because we're gonna really get into it today. We're really gonna break down that question. Is Real Broker good for new agents? By the way, a little quick intro if you're new here. If you're not new here and you're sick of hearing me introduce myself, skip forward, fast forward just a tad. My name's Mariah. I got my real estate license back in 2015, right out of high school. A couple years after getting licensed, my husband Spencer quit his job and joined me, and we've been a husband and wife real estate team ever since. We absolutely love running our business and our life that way. We really, really value like freedom and flexibility in our schedule and running a successful business, a successful real estate business, and like doing a really excellent job for our clients, responding in obviously like a quick, timely manner, but also not being a slave to our business and having good boundaries in place and doing the activities that help us make more money while working less hours. Like all of those things are things that we're very, very intentional about in our business. We talk about all of this stuff on our channel, by the way, on a consistent basis. So subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. And lastly, before we get into it, I do Zoom calls on a consistent basis with agents who are all over the country, the US and Canada, that are either new agents, not new agents, seasoned agents. Some of them are selling more houses than me. Some of them have been in the business longer than me. Some of them are in the process of getting their license right now, but all kinds of agents I do Zoom calls with who are considering joining Real Broker and just want to talk about it and see if it might be a good fit for them, get some questions answered, no pressure at all, that kind of thing. If you would like to hop on a Zoom call with me as well, I will put my email address below, shoot me an email, and we can get that all scheduled. Okay, so now we're ready to get into the meat of the video, what you guys came for. Is Real Broker good for agents or is it not? The first topic that goes along with is Real Broker good for new agents goes along with is support, because this is a big one. This is a question I get a lot from agents that are wanting to join Real, that are brand new or newer, and they're thinking like, hey, I love every single thing about Real Broker. They've done their research. They know a lot about it, and they love what they're seeing and hearing, which if you do your research, you will love what you see and hear about Real. There's no question about that. And if you want more information on it, I have an entire playlist on my channel sharing literally everything you need to know, the cap, the split, the fees, all those things. After you watch this video, go find that playlist on my channel, or I will put a link below in the description. You can find it there. But guys, this is a very, very important question, and I know it's a top major concern for many of the agents that I talk to. So let's talk a little bit about what the support might look like at a brokerage that's not a cloud-based brokerage, and what the support looks like here at Real realistically. Because you guys, before I joined Real, I always said I would never join a cloud-based brokerage. I was with the same brokerage my whole real estate career, and I hated cloud-based brokerages. Like, I really had a thing against them. I'm not just saying that. Like, I really didn't like cloud-based brokerages. They had a horrible taste in my mouth. And I also just really thought that if you're at a cloud-based brokerage, you are out on an island, you're on your own as an agent, you don't have help or support, you're probably not trained, you probably don't really know what you're doing, and you probably suck at real estate. That's what I thought about cloud-based brokerages, and boy, was I wrong. By the way, I do these videos on my iPhone. I have professional camera gear and all of that, but I just honestly prefer, this is how I get business as well, is not this YouTube channel, but a different one. And I use my iPhone for that too. And this $30 microphone that's from Best Buy that I clip into my iPhone, that I plug into my iPhone and clip onto here. And because my goal is for these videos to, one, take the least amount of time. Also, my goal is to feel like we are just like two real estate besties having our coffee or our tea together, having a conversation over FaceTime or something. So that's why I keep it like super, you might say, unprofessional, but it's what works for me. So if you like that style, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the thumbs down button. By the way, I'd love to hear, where are you watching from? What market are you in? Let me know in the comments. I always love talking to you guys in the comment section. Okay, distraction. Back to what we're talking about. Okay, so if you are at a brick and mortar style brokerage, you might have a principal broker who's in the office. But I would say, based off of what I have seen looking around with my own eyeballs, as well as the many, many agents all over the US and Canada that I talk to over Zoom and over the phone on a very consistent basis who are leaving their brick and mortar brokerages, I would say there's like a 1% chance that you're going to have a principal broker that's literally sitting in the office and is having, for agents to just walk on in and ask them questions whenever they need the help. That is so rare nowadays, you guys. When I was a brand new agent, was it like 10 years ago now? Something like that. That's actually how it was for me. It only lasted a few years and then it switched. And I don't know, like I said, I've not heard or seen that model anytime since. And it is going to be very rare that you find a brokerage that's the case. So what it looked like for me after that, and what it would most likely look like for you, and what it would most likely look like for you at a brick and mortar brokerage or any boutique brokerage, any brokerage like that that's not cloud-based. You have your principal broker's contact information. You may call them, obviously, text, email, whatever's best for you. Anytime when questions come up, whether you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do on this contract, you have like contract questions, state specific, anything, like any pickles maybe that you get into, because pickles happen, especially when you're new in real estate. Trust me, I got into many, many pickles in my early years. Like that's what they're there for. You can call them and they'll get back to you. Honestly, I have not found that there is any issue with real estate that can't be solved over the phone. I've been in the business for I think I'm on my 10th year, something like that now. And I truly can say there is not a single pickle or issue in real estate. There's not a single fire or disaster or whatever, no matter how big it might seem in real estate, that can't be solved with a phone call, if I'm being honest. And I think brokers have found that out, and they are not sitting in the office all day. So what it would look like at a cloud-based brokerage is quite the same. You're going to have your principal broker to call, to text, to email. If an issue comes up, if you have contract questions, things like that, you reach out to them and they'll get back to you. They'll either answer right away or they'll get back to you, as soon as they're able to, in a timely manner, of course. So in my mind, it's basically the same. They might not be residing in your side of the state, because I believe the Real Broker has only one or two, maybe three principal brokers per state. So you might not be within like a 20-minute drive from them. But if you were at a brokerage, like a brick and mortar style brokerage, are you really going to be driving to go meet with your principal broker? It's doubtful. It's very, very doubtful. Most brick and mortar brokerages, the only support that you're going to have is your principal broker. Like, that's it. However, at Real Broker, we have a lot more than just that. And I found it to be very, very helpful. So I actually think that we have way more support for new agents or non-new agents alike here at Real Broker. I'll just go through speedy quick a few of them. We have something called the Real Broker Helpline. Now, I know that doesn't sound like something you want to call. I hate helplines personally. Never want to call them. But the Real Broker Helpline, you can either call them and they will cheerfully answer on like the second ring, from my experience at least, if your experience is anything like mine, and they will get you your problem solved, get you your question answered like so quickly. Or I do this often if it's like something non-urgent, non-important. It usually is non-urgent, non-important. If there's just something that I'm like, I wonder this, or I wonder about this, you can email the support at Real Brokerage. I think that's the email. You can email their support and they will get back to you so quickly. They'll get back to you. Like the other day I was like, I wonder what, I know at Real Broker we have like the ability to brand ourselves, which, guys, I'm going to talk about this in just a second. We have the ability to brand ourselves way more freely, with way more freedom than any other brokerage that I have ever seen. and experienced myself. However, I know there's got to be like some sort of guidelines. What are they exactly? I emailed support, boom, they emailed me back like almost immediately with so many references, a handful of articles that explain everything I need to know about it, like my questions all answered and more. And it's amazing. So you've got your principal broker, just like at a brick and mortar brokerage. You've got the helpline, unlike at a real brokerage. Other brokerages don't have that. And then thirdly, guys, everyone who joins the company signs up with a sponsor. So basically that's just like the first person you heard about Real from, the person that you want to sponsor you into the company. Basically what that means is you write this person's name down on your ICA, your independent contractor agreement, when you are joining Real Broker, when you're signing up, and they have a vested interest in your success at the company. Now, it is different from other cloud-based brokerages for a very good reason, which I will not explain in this video. However, at the end of this video, I have 2 videos on my channel at this time about EXP versus Real Broker. Go watch them. I go in depth on them on this. Please go find them on my channel. They're ones you're not going to want to miss. However, we are not allowed, like some other cloud-based brokerages, EXP for example, we are not allowed to do the whole like, if you join my downline crew, I'm going to coach you and I'm going to give you this. It's not like that. They want it to be like one Real, one culture. Everyone helps everyone. And that really is the culture here. How like if someone were to reach out to me and they're not in my downline, like, I'm so happy to help you. I just was chatting on Facebook a little bit ago with an agent who's at Real but not in my network. And I was just giving her some advice about Lofty. Like, no big deal. And I know I've reached out to agents many times over our app that I will get into in a little bit here, so stay tuned, it's very important. Over this app that we have, I have reached out to agents in other markets who are killing it, doing what I want to do in certain aspects of their business, and I'm not in their downline at all, and they know that, and I reach out to them and just ask them for advice, for questions, pick their brain, and they get back to me and are happy to help. So it is not that like silo culture, I guess is what I'm trying to say here, at Real. However, your sponsor, because we're talking about support now, got to stay on track, Mariah. Your sponsor is still, while we can't promise you free coaching and all this and that, as a sponsor, I can say I'll have a vested interest in your success at the company. I can say I am another point of contact. I'm another person that's cheering you on that you can reach out to at any time. I'm going to be in your circle. I'm here for you. The agents that I sponsor at this brokerage, what an example of what this could look like, they will email me. Some of them on a, some of them I never hear from, but some of them on a consistent basis. They'll email me things like, hey, I want to get mailers. I want to send out mailers. Do you have an idea of where I should send them from? Or I want to start doing video marketing like you do. Do you have any advice for where to start? Or, I need to get a client. I get emails from them and I'm happy to answer them because it's something I genuinely enjoy. Sometimes they'll text me. I'll text them back. Maybe I'll voice text back some advice, or sometimes even set up a call, like a phone or a Zoom call if they want some extra accountability. Like, again, we're not allowed to promise like, hey, I'm going to coach you. I'm going to do this for you. Like weekly accountability calls exclusive to my downline. We're not allowed to do that. But I'll be your real estate friend. I'll be as present or unpresent as you want. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. We don't have to talk. That's a lot of the agents at our network we don't really hear from. And that's fine. Like we can support each other from a distance. And it's also, like, I want to add, it's not like I'm over here like this agent above you. It's not like that. They don't want that culture like they've seen at other they don't want that culture like they've seen happen at other cloud-based brokerages. They want it to be more like collaboration, masterminding. So like we are all on the same level here. Like I am no better than you. Like I said, many of the agents in my downline sell more houses than me and have been in the business longer than me. And I'm so happy to help them because I think you can learn from anyone who, whether they sell more houses than you or less. And I'm so happy to learn from you if you're in my downline. Like I want to learn from you too. So it's not like this like silo thing, but I am a point of contact for you. I am a local resource, or maybe a not so local resource, because I know most of the agents we sponsor are not in Oregon. They're all over the country, and that's fine too. So enough about that. The support. So to recap, the support at Real Broker, we've got your principal broker, the helpline. You can call or email anytime. You've got your sponsor. There's more, guys. There's more. You've also got this app. We've got this app called WorkVivo. It used to be called Workplace. If you've watched any of my older videos about Real, then I call it Workplace, but they changed it. It's a new app now. It's called WorkVivo, very similar to Workplace, just a little bit better, okay? Always improving over here. So WorkVivo, it's very similar to Facebook, except it's only for agents at Real. So you pull up this app and holy cow, you guys, there's groups for referrals. I just had someone message me. Literally, I paused this video like 5 minutes ago in the middle of me talking, and I paused it and got back to someone on WorkVivo who messaged me and was like, hey, I got a referral for you because I'm part of a referral network on WorkVivo. So like it's great for networking, but there's referral groups for agents at Real in other parts of the country. There's your training is on there, which we'll get into the training. Don't get me started yet on the training, you guys. I could go off on the training. But WorkVivo is such a great resource because I could literally type in, and I have. This is how I found my my transaction coordinator, for example. I typed in, hey guys, I'm looking for a transaction coordinator who knows Real because I don't want to have to learn the systems and then teach someone the systems. I want someone who already knows them, so I don't even have to touch them or look at them or learn them as far as like uploading the documents and all of that. Like she handles that. So when I was brand new, I did that on WorkVivo, and boom, I got a suggestion for an amazing transaction coordinator. Now we've been working together till this day. I've seen agents giving out free resources like, hey, I've been using this for my marketing and it's been working well for me. Like, it's just a great place to collaborate with other agents, and you can get questions answered over there as well. Another resource in your pocket that my last brokerage and your brick and mortar brokerage probably almost positive doesn't have. The next thing, as far as like help goes, guys, we're still on point number 1. So buckle up, stay tuned, don't go anywhere, because this video, like I said, the last points are the most important ones, and I did that on purpose to keep you here. Sorry, I keep moving my hair because I just want to make sure it's not covering the microphone so you can hear me well. So the next point of contact, or I guess like support, the next way of support that you have at Real Broker as an agent, whether you're new or not, is the Masterminds. At Real Broker, there are about 5 different masterminds going on every weekday, maybe even more sometimes, on all kinds of different topics. Like, you name how you want to go get business, whether it's open houses, social media. It is very social media heavy because Real's kind of known for like technology, social media, marketing, all of that. So if you plan to use social media marketing for your business, you have to be at Real. Like, I don't know what you are seriously missing out. And I'm not saying that. Like, I have your best interest in mind. Like, I truly do. I think that you are literally sleeping if you are wanting to get business from marketing, whether it's video marketing or social media marketing, and you're not with Real. Like, you are missing out. You're missing out. But there's masterminds on many different topics, from investing as a real estate agent to, I've seen some on like even more old school things like door knocking, but there's a book club one for business books. There's like so many different types, okay? You're able to listen back later in your own time, like I usually do, or you can tune in live. And as you're tuning in, you have access to ask questions. You can like unmute yourself and ask a question sometimes, or type in the chat, and they always get to your questions. So you have access to these agents who, by the way, if you're teaching classes in the Real Academy, that's what it's called. If you're teaching these mastermind classes at Real, you have to sell over a certain amount, which is like a lot more than what most agents at your brick and mortar brokerage are selling. Like, there's agents teaching these classes, like I've said before, that are making $1 million plus a year selling real estate. And you have access to them. You have access to go to their class and literally ask them questions, whatever you want about their business. Like, why would you want any other type of training, but also any other type of support? I couldn't imagine. The next thing about Real why I think it's great for new agents is they have a new mentorship program. I'm not going to go over all the ins and outs of this, like specifics, numbers, all of that, but I'm just going to let you know, if you're like, hey, I don't want to join a team, which we'll talk about that too in just a second, what that could look like at Real. I don't want to join a team, but I feel as though I might need a little bit of help at first as a solo agent, getting my business started, being brand new. Well, they have this thing called a mentorship program that's new that they've rolled out. And basically, you can sign up with a mentor who's one of them on the list of mentors in your state. You can sign up with a mentor, sign up to work with them, and they will get a probably close to a referral fee. Like they'll get some sort of compensation, and it comes out of your first few closings. So they'll get like a small chunk, some sort of a chunk of your closings at first. However, they'll be there to help you in person if you want contract help or that type of thing. They can actually like meet up with you in person and help you with anything like that. There's a whole list of things that they can help you with, like strategize, getting business, all of this, and they will be paid for it. Like I said, it comes out of your closings, your first few closings. So you guys can sign a contract together and decide how long you want to work together for, because it's not going to be forever. Like that's one of the things, if you join a team, you're going to give away more of your commission, but that's like indefinitely. But if you do the mentorship program, you're only doing it for the first few transactions or as many as you want help from this mentor. Then once you decide, I'm ready to be on my own, fully free without a mentor, you stop paying them and they stop helping you. But you know what I mean? Like you're ready to go. If you're not in the state of Oregon and you want a mentor, I can still be your sponsor. And I can also help you find a mentor. I would love to send you more information on this if you're like, give me more information on the mentorship program or about Real in general. I have a link that I can send you that will give you more information on what this mentorship program would look like in your state specifically. So email me if you want that. Okay, the next thing about support. Guys, we are still on topic number 1. The next thing about support at Real Broker. So if you want to join a team, there's pros and cons to joining a team as a new real estate agent. The pros are you're going to probably have a little more structure. Some teams give you leads. Most probably don't. Some don't give you leads, but they give you a schedule. Some give you leads and a schedule. Some are more like chill, and some are going to be like, if you're on my team, you're cold calling from 9 to 12 every day, and then you're doing this, and like it's going to be more structured like that. And the team leaders will take a part of your commission. So yeah, you're going to make less as far as like keeping your commission goes, but it can be very beneficial starting out. I did not start on a team. However, I think that there are pros and cons to starting with a team. So that's like another topic for another day. However, if you would like me to help you find a team leader in your area, in your state, or your town, specifically in your state, that's looking for new agents that they want to bring onto their team, I'm happy to do so. I've gotten many agents in touch with team leaders in their area, so I'm happy to do that for you as well. And yes, I can still be your sponsor. That's a question I get a lot. If you do join a team in your area, I can still be your sponsor, and I'm happy to do so. So let me know if you want a team leader. Happy to do that. Like, I have hit this topic so much on other videos. I've gone so in depth, and I don't want to be too redundant or repeat myself. So like I said, when you're done with this one, don't go anywhere till the end, because the last 2 points are very important. But when you're done with this one, go find my playlist. Oh my gosh, I'm spilling coffee all over me. Go find my playlist about Real Brokerage Explained. I think that's what it's called, on my channel or in the link below, and watch all those videos, and you can find video about the training. You can find more information on the training. But guys, the training at Real is unmatched. So I'm going to say that's one of the reasons I joined. And it's not like I was a new agent over here that was like, I don't know how to get business, but I wanted to level up, and I knew that this training was very congruent with the goals I had for my business and the direction I wanted to take it and the type of marketing I wanted to do and am doing. Okay, so the next thing we need to talk about, guys, is technology. This is something Real Broker is actually known for. They've gotten award after award, year after year, for having the best, highest tech technology in the entire real estate industry. And what I love is that while it is extremely high tech, like, guys, the things you can do and the way it just streamlines your business, it's phenomenal, and it blows my mind still to this day. However, while it's very high tech and it's very like up and coming, it's also simple and extremely easy to use. And as someone who, although I'm technically a Gen Z, you guys, I'm not a millennial. I'm not that techie. So whether you're whatever generation you're in, whether you're techie or not, or if you just like don't enjoy figuring things out that are like techie and confusing, yeah, I could not be happier with the technology, because it's really, really helped our business, but also it's like easy to use, very, very easy to use. I will say the CRM system that we have access to at Real, Lofty, I won't go into this. Again, another thing I've done like so much videos on and gone really in depth on, and I don't want to repeat myself too much, but Lofty is a bit of a learning curve. You're not required to use that CRM system, but you really should. It's usually $500 a month. We get it for $40 a month at Real, and it is the best CRM system on the freaking market. But it is a learning curve. So if you're going to use Lofty, or honestly any CRM system is going to be a learning curve. So no matter what CRM system you're going to use for your business, you're going to need one. And no matter what one you choose, I vote you choose Lofty. Be prepared mentally to sit down and watch YouTube videos while you're getting it set up, and then like pause the video and then go back to Lofty and set things up and then go back to the video. Be prepared for long nights, maybe even staying up all night, getting your website built out, because like it's not your forte. I may or may not be speaking from personal experience. Be prepared, but it is the kind of thing, once it's set, once it's done, once you learn the basics at least, it does get simple and a little bit more streamlined. But as far as the rest of the technology goes, we have an app, is it called like Real Reason? Something like that maybe, where you can literally run your business from this app. I can pull up an app and see exactly how much money I've made this year, how many houses I've sold this year, how many agents are in my downline, how much money I'm making from revenue share, where my stocks are at in the brokerage, how much money I have right now that I can pull out, how much money I have in the stocks at Real Broker that I can pull out right now, which I'm not even going to talk about the stocks in this video, but you get a lot of free stock just for literally selling houses at Real Broker that turns into real money. You can like pull it out and liquidate it a couple years later, and it's real cash right there in your pocket. Go on a cruise, buy another house, whatever you want to do with it. On your app, like you can see specifically how close you are to reaching your cap. You have access to see all your transactions, everyone in your upline, their contact information. You can literally click a button and call like all of the people in your upline, which I have a really great upline. So if you join me at Real Broker, you will also have what I think is the best upline at Real, just being honest. You can literally take out your phone, click one button, pull up your app, and see everything about your current escrows, all the information you need, the contact information for the people in the transaction. Like, running my business has never been so easy. Okay, so now I just wanted to talk about something that I think is very important, and that is the cold, hard truth about being a new real estate agent. Because like I said, I get calls all the time from agents and emails who are either, some of them are not new, some of them have been in the business a long time, but some of them are new or they're about to be licensed. And a question I get is something to the effect of basically just asking like, will joining Real hurt my business? Will it be harder for me to get business at Real Broker versus a brick and mortar brokerage? Because I don't have an office. I don't know why it would be harder. But my whole point that I wanted to say here is, you need to understand, if you're going to get into real estate, that no matter what brokerage you're with, you need to have a self-starter perspective, self-starter attitude, and you need to have a very like, I'm gonna figure it out type of mentality, and like you figured out on your own. And here's what I mean by that. When I was a brand new agent at my previous brokerage, it was a big brick and mortar brokerage, okay? And it was one of like the biggest brokerages actually in my town. And I think there was like over 100 agents at it at the time. And they had big sales meetings every week. It totally changed because that's like not even really a thing anymore in real estate. Because we'll talk about that in a second too. That's not the direction real estate's going. But it was a whole different world, I swear. And it wasn't even that long ago, but I know it. But guys, I'm telling you, there were a lot of tears. There were a lot of mental breakdowns, if I'm being honest. There were a lot of like, wanting to pull my hair out. And I was at a brick and mortar brokerage. I wasn't at a cloud-based brokerage. And there were still tears. There were still mental breakdowns. There were still moments of, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm going to quit and throw in the towel. There were still moments of, this is too much to figure out. Like, I can't move forward. I don't know what I'm going to do. There were pickles. There was issues. There was so many hard, excruciatingly hard moments when I was a new agent. And just problems, things that come up. And I think the biggest reason is because there is such a learning curve in real estate that people don't really realize. But my whole point I'm trying to make is that whether you start at a cloud-based brokerage or you start at a brick and mortar brokerage, you need to have the mentality that like there's gonna be extremely hard times, and there's gonna be things that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on my own. I can't figure this out. I've spent hours on calls with helplines, figuring out things from like documents, DocuSign, the MLS, getting things figured out. Like, it's just hard at first. It isn't hard forever. Once you get it, like you get it and it's good. But at first, like it's really, really hard. But you're gonna have those moments no matter what brokerage you're with. So don't get that confused. If you're over here like blaming your brokerage for that, then you're probably not cut out for real estate, and your skin is probably not thick enough for this. And you don't have a strong enough mental mentality of like, I will figure this out, even if it takes me staying up all night and crying all night and whatever. Like, there's going to be moments like that. So you need to expect that, because that's going to happen no matter what. So your brokerage isn't really going to change that, because no matter what, you're an independent contractor. You're on your own no matter what brokerage you're with. Unless you're with a team, then maybe it's a little different. But even then, like, you're an independent contractor, and you gotta have that I will figure this out, even though it's going to be hard, even though it's an inconvenience, even though it's super annoying mentality, because no one's going to do it for you in real estate. You are running your own business, and nobody's going to care about your business like you. Nobody. Literally no one. And then my next point, guys, that you need to know whether you ever join Real or not is, I hate to break it to you, but the real estate world has changed. The real estate industry has changed tremendously since I got my license, which, again, it's not like I'm this 85-year-old person, okay? Like, it's not like it was that long ago. It's been almost a decade, I think, which is really crazy, but it's not like that long ago. However, the industry has changed so much since I got licensed. I have noticed so many drastic changes that even if someone's been licensed for like 4 years now, I don't think you would know and understand. And one of the things that I can't believe, my past self would not believe me for saying this, but you guys, brick and mortar brokerages, boutique brokerages, any brokerage that's not cloud-based is dying. It is not going to be in business for much longer. I want to give it like 20 years to be kind and generous, but if you plan on being in real estate long term, like, there's no logical reason to be at or stay at or even own a brokerage like that if you knew Real, all the ins and outs, all the details. There's so many huge teams moving to Real. There's so many full-on brokerages moving their whole brokerages to Real, because there's just no reason not to. And I did not go into today the benefits of being at Real. It's insane. There's like 11 now different ways you earn income besides just selling real estate if you want to. And one of them is the stock. Like I mentioned, you get free stock just for like literally selling houses. Like, let's just take this example. You could be at, I'll just say Berkshire Hathaway or a boutique brokerage down the road from your house. And maybe you sell enough houses. Maybe you sell 25 houses. Okay, that's great. You sell 25 houses. Good for you. That's amazing. Good. That's actually really awesome. But you sell 25 houses, period. That's it. But at Real Broker, you sell 25 houses, plus you have like a pretty good amount from that of extra cash sitting there waiting for like next year to be liquidated. Then you can take it out and have as cash, and it just continues to grow because the stock's doing really well. Like, literally enough for you to buy another house with, or like do something fun, like, or just keep saving or whatever. Like, if you knew all of this long list of benefits, there's no reason to stay at another brokerage that doesn't offer you these things. Also, people don't work in the office anymore. Commercial real estate has changed. This is something I have heard from many sources that I talk to, because I don't work in the commercial space myself, but I've talked to people who I have heard the commercial business has changed so much since COVID. Honestly, people aren't going back to the office. Like, people don't work from the office so much anymore. If you can work from home, why wouldn't you? I think there's so many beautiful, amazing benefits of working from home. And I would never go back to working from an office. Never. I'll create my own office in my home. I'm working on it. But my whole point is those brokerages are dying. So you can go with that old dying breed, that old school way, and just hang on for the next few years, or you can go with the way of the future that I literally guarantee you, like, I can say this so confidently, because of all the agents I talk to and the things that I hear about their dinosaur brokerages becoming extinct, like lights turning off, brokerages going out of business, cutting hires, cutting staff that they had at the brokerage, people leaving. Like, nope. Real Broker is the fastest growing real estate brokerage in the whole world, and it's for a very good reason. And I think it's in your best interest to join sooner rather than later. And this is not because I want you to join me at Real. I couldn't care less if you join me at Real. I'd love to meet you. I love meeting agents. I love talking to agents. I'd love to chit chat with you. I'd love for you to be part of my world, and I'd love to be part of yours. However, I'm just saying this because it's in your best interest, like, for real. It's in your messenger. So anyway, guys, I hope this video didn't get too long-winded, but that's my answer. That's to sum it up. Is Real Broker good for new agents? Those are my honest thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you agree with me or if you disagree with me, let me know what brokerage you're with. I'd love to hear about that in the comments. And guys, I'll see you next time because I know you subscribed and hit the notification bell. So I'll see you then.